close your eyes. Take your energy up about 300 feet above your head. Like literally just kind of take your awareness up about 300 feet, and there's a dimension. So just imagine it's like a dimension where you can see, sense, or feel the light. And now that you can see, sense, or feel the light, let the light in. So imagine there's a big doorway, and you just let this light start coming into your crown, the top of your head, and ask this light to, like a little tornado in a way, just kind of clear away any debris that's blocking you from receiving knowing, awareness, clarity, enlightenment. And then let this light come into your head, so go into your third eye, opening up all the little blocks where you can't see. Just kind of see the light kind of going in and melting all those little things away. Let the light come into your ears, kind of clearing up anywhere you can't hear your higher self, your true knowledge. Let the light come into your throat, kind of opening up all the communication centers. Our throat's the narrowest part of our body in a way, but a lot of communication gets blocked here. So let the light come in and just open up all the communication centers. Anywhere you are fearful of communicating truth, fearful of letting yourself know the truth, just kind of clear that there. Let the light come into your heart and kind of radiate down your hands and arms, and let, like, kind of maybe make the light a little liquidy here, and to see it kind of filling in your heart, kind of washing away all the places where you might be a little hurt, or feeling a little neglected, or feeling a little abandoned, or feeling a little like nobody cares for you, or you don't care anymore. To see it washing away all of those things. Let the light come into the center of your abdomen, your solar plexus, and ask the light to just kind of open up anywhere you feel fearful or sucker punched or stopped or blocked or mad about it and can't take it anymore. Then let the light come in right behind your navel area and just kind of fill in there with all the places you don't trust your power, that you can be powerful, that you can stand on your own 2 feet, that you can feel good about who you are. So clear any shame, guilt, lower vibrations there. Allow the light to go into your roots, clearing away anything that blocks you from just fully, kind of like an oak tree, just being rooted in who you are. Just knowing fully, I'm an infinite being. I deserve everything in my life to be exactly how I want it, just from a knowing place. And allow the light to come down your legs, down your feet, and then just connect into the middle of the planet. So just see it more as a dimension in the middle of the planet. Some people see it as a crystal. Some people see it like a doorway. There's like a little doorway in the center of the planet that just feels like Mother's love, supportive and nurturing and kind, and lets you have anything. Once you tap into that frequency right there, a lot of people will finally feel connected, like not disjointed in some way, but really connected. And once you feel that vibration, then I want you to just imagine that it wants to give you a gift, and imagine it kind of sends the light right back up your body, straight into your heart. So now you're connected from above and below, and in your heart, I want you to just imagine like a great sunshine. So from your heart center, like a big sunshine is there, and it radiates light out 360 degrees all the way around you. And let this light just kind of expand past the building you're in. Let the light radiate out past the city you're in, kind of filling it with total love, total consciousness, total compassion, total connectedness. Let the light expand past your state, just sending lots of love and light to everybody in your state, asking them to kind of awaken and be a little more conscious. And so you can kind of see when you're doing this that we're really all connected at some level. And then allow this light to just expand past the country you're in, and allow this light to expand past the planet. So now you're, believe it or not, connected to your higher self. Okay, because when we're willing to be that expanded, we're willing to connect to the highest part of ourself. Now, from this place, it's okay to invite into your life that which you want to have manifest. So pick a couple of things that you want to have it bring in, and I want you to just imagine that you're surrounding the earth, and somebody on this planet or something or some idea can be gifted to you right now in order to help you manifest that which you want. So if you want to bring in extra cash, ask that all the people, places, thoughts, ideas, feelings that are needed to show up in your life for that to manifest, ask them to show up now. If you want to manifest more love in your life, ask that all the people, places, thoughts, ideas, and feelings show up in your life now in order for that to manifest. If there's some part of your life that you just feel like it's always crappy, it always sucks, I don't want this anymore. So wherever that is in your field, I want you to just kind of go to wherever you're generally drawn. It might be in front of you, it might be behind you, it might be to the right, it might be to the left, but feel where that junk is. And if you don't know, the higher part of you does know, and then just ask for that to release. Send a lot of light to it and just say, thank you for showing me where you are, but I don't need you anymore. We are done. Thank you, though. And then just fill in with a lot of light and love of whatever the opposite of that would be. So if you were blocked in like money, then just fill that back in with how much you want a month or how much you want a year or how much you want right now. Okay, and then I want you all to just think that I love myself enough to let myself have this. I totally adore and love myself enough to let myself have this. I totally adore and love myself enough to let myself have this. Okay, and one more big whoosh. I just ask for all the people, places, things, thoughts, and ideas to show up right now in your field, connected to you now, that'll just manifest in your life with ease. So whatever it is that you want to manifest, just you have it now, pull it into you, the people, places, thoughts, ideas. And then one more time, just clear away anything that's in the way of that. Okay, good. And then when you guys are ready, then just open your eyes. And just know that if you always stay connected to this frequency and always clear the denseness out and ask for what you want and clear the junk and pull in what you want, and it's kind of like a little happy dance between clearing and pulling in, clearing and pulling in, clearing and pulling in. And I have some other tools to like kind of fine-tune things, but this is the easiest way to just show generally. So take your energy up, everybody, where you know source to be. So see, sense, or feel source. And for those of you who need a little more logic to it, just take your energy up about 300 feet above your head, and you will kind of sense an opening where you will see or sense the light. And ask that light, which is basically just pure consciousness itself, unadulterated, totally pure, wants the best for you, will mold into whatever shape you want to mold it into. But ask that light to come into the top of your head, your crown, connecting you to your knowing, connecting you to your perceiving, and connecting you to receiving. Okay, allow this light, and some people like to see it as a beam of light, and some people prefer to see it as liquid light, and either one will work. So allow this light to kind of open your crown, coming into your third eye so that you can see and know the truth today. Allow the light to come into your hearing so that you can hear the guidance. Allow the light to come into your throat, opening up all your communication channels so that you can speak the truth to yourself. Okay, allow the light to connect your throat to your heart so that your heartfelt desires get communicated, and that everywhere you've kind of like, let's just start clearing a couple of things here. Everywhere you just felt blocked about communicating your truth, or felt like that you really couldn't ask for what you wanted because it just wouldn't show up. So just ask the light to kind of wash that away. Okay, allow the light to come in and open and reactivate and remember all your true authentic desires for yourself. Ask the light to come into your solar plexus, opening up your anywhere you felt sucker punched, nervous, agitated, stopped, blocked. Okay, allow the light to come into your power center, opening up everywhere you feel powerless over any situation, asking you to remember what it's like to just stand in your energy, stand in grace, be confident, alive, well, whole. Allow the light to come into your roots so that you're rooted in your heart's desires while also being connected. And ask the light to move all the way through your hips, into your legs, into your feet. And I like to connect to the center of the planet where there's this really cool place where it feels just like mama's love, just totally supportive. So take the light and imagine just a beam of light or liquid light that goes into the center of the planet. And again, see, sense, or know, because you all know where this is. But see, sense, or know, even if you think you're making it up, you kind of know where it is, where it feels just like love that just completely supports and grounds you. Okay, and once you find that, I want you to imagine there's like an elevator or a little trampoline, and then this light's just going to bounce right back up into your feet, into your legs, into your hips, into your stomach, and then right up into your heart. And now you are now connected from above and below. And imagine your heart's like a big sunshine, and it's going to radiate 360 degrees all the way around you. Okay, and remember how I said that a lot of people live from a very contracted place. I'm going to show you how to expand. If you live from an expanded state, I guarantee you will start shifting blocks just from this one thing. So allow the light to radiate past your body about 10 feet. So it's radiating out your heart like a big sunshine, 10 feet all the way around you, 360 degrees all the way around you. Allow the light to radiate past the building you're in. And allow the light to expand past the city you're in. Now we're here for abundance. So just ask that you connect to the hearts of everybody who could bring you abundance. Okay, so any person, place, thing, idea, event that you can connect to in your city that could bring you extra abundance, just kind of invite that in now. Say, I am open to receive. Okay, and then take this light and radiate past the state you're in. And again, just connect to all the hearts, and your soul knows from this expanded space who these people are. So just connect to the hearts of all the people that could bring you a lot of abundance. Win-win. Okay, and allow all the people, places, ideas, events, like maybe somebody gives you an idea and it generates a lot of money for you, right? So just ask those people to come into your life. And then take your energy, expand it past the country you're in. Again, connecting to all the people, places, ideas, events, and, anything that can be brought to you that generates a lot of abundance. And it's great to receive this. It can be this easy. Okay. And then just expand the energy field past the planet Earth. And again, connect to all the people on the planet who can bring you abundance. Win-win. You can gift to them. They can gift to you. It's all a big gifting experience. And again, any other ideas that anybody can bring you that will generate a lot of abundance for you. And again, notice that I have no judgment on how it comes to you. Okay, so just invite that in, that there's no judgment on how it shows up, right? Okay, it can come in however it wants to. All right, so now we're going to clear some blocks on indebtedness. I want you to imagine the first moment you felt indebted to anything. Okay, and imagine, so this is your foundation, but on the foundation might be hundreds of other beliefs, that got nestled into this foundation. We're going to take this, all of it, and we're going to uncreate it. We're going to delete it, and we are going to transmute it. Transmute just means it vaporizes across all time, dimension, space, and reality. So all of these old places where you feel indebted to a family member, to companies, to countries, to the world, to whatever this indebted thing that keeps you in prison, okay, because it's kind of a lower vibration. It's not really a happy vibration. Okay, all the indebtedness, we're going to uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And I'm going to say it 3 more times. Any other indebtedness that you guys have that makes you feel like you can't shift your credit card debt or your bills in any form, uncreate it, delete it, transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. Uncreate it, delete it, transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. I want you to imagine your biggest debt or worry. Okay, so everything creating, every reality, every thought, belief, or feeling that's holding any of this in place in your field, we're going to uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, reality. So don't worry about blowing everything up, because in a weird way, what fills in is your soul, and your soul already knows the answer of what perfection is. So we're just clearing anything that's in the way of it being perfect. So again, think of your credit card debt, or any other debt or worry that you guys are indebted to. Uncreate it, delete it, transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Okay, so I want to clear the belief or the feeling of I can't. So I want you guys to all think of something in the abundance, in the form of abundance or money that you think you cannot do or cannot have or cannot make happen. So any of your cannots. So just for curiosity, ask at what age is the first age that you bought into the energy field of I can't? Okay, so that age plus everything you just laid on top of it, will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality? Everywhere else you're living in a state of I can't, which is basically the exact opposite of abundance, because abundance means more than enough. Okay, so anywhere you're I can't, I uncreate it, delete it, transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Okay, just one more time. Think of everything that you think you can't do with regards to abundance or money. Okay, I want you to ask, is that really yours? Like, where did you get this from? Did you get it from a family member? Did you get it from society? Okay, so anywhere you bought that belief and made it real to you, will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality? Okay, so anywhere you guys are living in the fear of I can't change, okay? So I want you to think of any place in your abundance, a part of your abundance life, money, credit card debt, job, anything that you think you can't change. I want you to think of that. And again, I want you to ask, at what age did you first buy that belief? So whatever you think you can't change, at what age did you first buy that belief, and from whom? Okay, everything creating that, will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality? So all these overlays, right? So all these hundreds of beliefs and thoughts and feelings that got laid on top of it, of I can't change, or I can't change my reality, or I can't change this issue, will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality? Okay, just think of the subject for a minute of money itself. And scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you totally love money. I want you to ask your subconscious, not your mental part of you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you really love money, 10 being you totally love it? So you might have some part of you that really loves money, but we're talking to the part of you that doesn't, so we can clear it. Okay, any part of you guys that doesn't love money for whatever reason, like the love of money is the root of all evil and all the other myriads of reasons of why you can't love money, will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality? How many of you guys have bought and sold yourself the belief that it's not safe, right, or good to have money? Or it's hard to make it? Will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality? How many of you see money as this thing that you have to get, so that means you're always having to get it and you can't really have it? Because that would be a block. Okay, so everything that is, will you uncreate it and delete it and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality? I want you to see as money as just a flow of energy that you can totally have. So just think of the flow coming towards you versus you having to chase the flow. And once the flow comes into you, you still have to take the action to grab it, but the flow of money just comes into you, and you just grab it and you take action. Okay, so there's a lot of people that bend over backwards trying to please money, and I got a picture of everybody trying to bend themselves into the energy of money, making money love them. Kind of like they want mommy and daddy to love them, they want money to love them. Okay, so any of you guys doing that kind of flow? So you always think it's kind of a ways from you or apart from you, and you have to do all this extraneous, like all this just complications to make it show up in your life. Will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it? Across all time, dimension, space, and reality. What would it take for you and money to have a love affair? Okay, and everything in the way of that. Uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. I want you to think of just kind of like conjure up the files. You know, imagine there's file folders of all the events in your life where you just maybe didn't take care of money or didn't like money or thought money mistreated you or fought with your spouses or your mates or your parents about money. Like all that old place where you're kind of angry at money. Okay, will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it? Across all time, dimensions, space, and reality. The energy of anger is kind of like mad, which is dam backwards. So the energy of anger will dam things up and stop it from showing up in your life. So any other place that you guys are mad at money, will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimensions, space, and reality? Okay, everywhere you guys are mad at yourself about money, because you've been trying a lot of things and nothing seemed to shift it, will you uncreate that, delete that, transmute that across all time, dimension, space, and reality? Okay, so I want you to see money, the energy of money liking you. I'm going to see if we can conjure this up. I want you guys to think of, I love money, and money loves me. We're part of the same energy field, part of the same flow. We all come from the same source. I have a relationship with money, and money has a relationship with me. I'm willing to love money, and I'm willing to let money love me. Okay, and everybody get a picture of like a $100 bill or something in front of them. And we are going to ask this money, this is a symbol of your money, we're going to ask this money, how do I get more of you? How do I get more of you? Okay, and what guided action can I take to get more of you? Okay, and any of you guys who are afraid to take some massive action in order to make it happen, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you guys are afraid to take massive action, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. So one more time, just ask money, how can I get more of you? It might be a different idea that pops in your head, but money, how can I get more of you? Okay, so it feels like some people need to learn a new skill or something to maybe, if they learn some new skills, money will come in a little more easy. So I want you guys to ask, what is one or two skills that I can learn that will generate a lot of money for me? 1 or 2 skills I can learn to generate a lot of money for me. Okay, and then I want you to ask the universe to guide you to some free or not very expensive sources to learn those skills. So just kind of say to yourself, universe and myself, I am totally open to be guided to figure out how to do these skills with little or no money. Okay, everywhere you guys don't think the universe could be that fun, that magical, that miraculous, uncreate it, delete it, transmute it, across all time, dimension, space, reality. So what would it take for money to be fun for you guys? And actually just manifesting itself to be fun, you know? It doesn't have to be arduous. It could be fun, light, guided. Okay, and everything in the way of that, will you uncreate it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality? Okay, and any other clearing that you guys want to bring up right now that needs to be clear, that you know needs to be cleared, will you uncreate all those things, delete all those things, transmute all those things across all time, dimension, space, reality? What would it take for you guys right now to uncreate it, delete it, transmute it, uncreate it, delete it, transmute it, uncreate it, delete it, and transmute all blocks to abundance and to money? Okay, what would it take for you guys to be so completely generous with the universe and the universe is generous with you? What would it take for your main energy to be of abundance? Abundance means like a plethora of, more than enough. An abundance of generous, kind, caring. What would it take for the universe and you to be in the vibe of kindness, caring, gratitude, abundance, more than enough, profit, ease, complete guidance, knowing exactly what to go do in order to make this happen? Okay, when you guys are ready, just open your eyes, knowing all is well, and this is permanently affixed into your reality. We're really just being us. We feel light. Light is truth. Anything that makes us go cranky, angry, dense, unhappy, whatever, that's like a denseness in our field. If we clear all those stories, thoughts, ideas, and old junk, you're clearing away what's blocking you from manifesting what you deserve. Eventually what happens is you live with this insistence. It's kind of an insistence that you never have to deal with that kind of energy. Like as soon as that stuff comes into my field, I just clear it out in 2 seconds. And the more sensitive you get, you'll find that a lot of the stuff you're feeling isn't even yours because you also are picking it up from your environment. I remember one time I was driving, and I couldn't go any faster because there was cars in front of me, but there was this driver behind me, and I kept feeling his energy like literally hit me in the head. He wanted to like pass everybody. And that's when I really got it. I was like, gosh, how many things am I thinking that aren't even mine? Because I watched my energy get all angry and tense and like, wow, this is like really weird. Like I'm even getting tense, but it's his energy kind of pushing against my body. In the journey, I had probably a dozen stories. Like one lady was working a salaried job, and it's kind of weird. She missed her plane. She had to get on a new plane. She was from Hong Kong. She sat next to a Chinese doctor, found out what she did for a living. She was a teacher, so we all know what teacher salaries are like. Said, could you just work with my daughter for an extra 2 hours a week? They booked a contract, like literally, because it's a little more formalized over there, but that brought in $12,000 extra for her. I had lots of people actually get raises, and they came in different forms. Like one person, the way they got a raise was the company paid for the insurance for their whole family. So that was like an extra $6,000. Another person was able to, it was hilarious. The wife was doing a program. The husband sort of came on board, sort of. And then what happened is the raises were cut off in their company. His rational reality would say, there's no way in heck I'm ever going to get a raise. But he kept saying, what would it take for me to get a raise? And he basically got a raise. His boss couldn't believe it. Like nobody else in the company could believe it. There was another person who basically said, screw this. Some people won't even look for a new job. He said, I'm just going to throw it out there to see what happens. And he was earning like $70,000, and he manifested a job for $96,000 with a $5,000 signing bonus. One of the people that was doing the Unlimited Abundance journey with me, her car wouldn't work. She was doing some of the energy clearing, and what she realized was that she had this belief that she had to break something in order to get something new. And so she imprinted that from her mother. So as soon as she had cleared that realization, she said she went out the next morning and her car totally worked. Our energy, our field of influence, influences lots of things in our life, everything from the fax machine to the car. And really doing this journey with these people for 12 weeks, I really got the download of that. Like these really amazing fluky things would happen once they just cleared, or just some funny little belief that you don't even know is kind of lodged there. So then what happened is she was able to sell her car, get a good price, and then go get a new car. So she didn't have to break the first car in order to go get a secondary car. So for her, that changed her whole life. She said, all these problems I've been creating in my life, I don't have to create them anymore. For her, that was life-changing. So it's kind of interesting how it all overlays. A lot of people, they just have lots of interesting beliefs, like the belief I can't. There was one client who had a belief I can't, and she wanted to quit, and she said, I wanted to quit. And literally for the first 8 weeks for her, not very much happened. But then she sent me an email. She goes, everybody else was having powerful results, so I knew it was me, and I wasn't going to quit. She did it one more time. She listened to the replay. The second time she did it, she said everything completely and totally opened up for her. And then she realized she had this big block on I can't. And she said, I really wanted to quit, but something in me kept me doing it. And then as soon as she cleared a block and finally got the download that it was really just the I can'ts in her life, within 48 hours after clearing the I can't, she manifested 3 advertising contracts that were worth over $160,000 to her. That's powerful, how much our energy affects our field of influence. One belief shift, and then something new just shows up 48 hours later. So she had to do it twice. That was rare. I really kept track of this group because I wanted to see what happened, but they sent me emails, and pretty much everybody had something happen. The initial group of 400 manifested over $3 million extra. I made sure that they only told me the extra above what they were already making. So that's approximately about $8,000 to $10,000 a person. These are all stories that happened within 12 weeks. A lot of moms could probably resonate with this. Leslie was a new mom. It was her second child. First child, no problem. Second child, all of a sudden she says, Christy, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I am like psycho mom. I am crazy B word. Honestly, I can't control it, and I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what happened. She worked on herself. I worked on her. What happened is she became her mom. So oftentimes, have you ever noticed that people get married and then they become like their mom or dad, but before then we're like the girlfriend, boyfriend? It's like they changed, or they become a mom and then they start parenting like their mom or dad, because all those programs that you never cleared just got kicked in. I said, Leslie, did your mom kind of act like this? And she's like, yeah. So you're living your mom's vibration, but you never cleared it. We cleared it. She says she's totally different. Later on, her daughter, the one that was older, kissed and hugged her. Her one daughter was avoiding her. She was breaking up with her husband. This was a lot of chaos. So basically what happened is her and her husband are getting along. She's not crazy anymore. She manifested a whole new life. Then she said, gosh, if it's so easy, I want to go help other moms because all my friends are like this. I want to learn these tools so I can go help other people really get that if you have the right tools, you can change it really quickly. So that became her mission in life. That's what she does for a living now. She uses these tools to help transform other moms because she's like, honey, you don't have to live like that. And then she has a great story too because she doesn't live like that anymore. It's just energy, because once the energy is gone, you don't have to live the way you were living because it's not in you anymore. Once the energy is gone, it's gone. I like to give people lots of different angles in which to get energies out, because working on so many people, I found that there are really weird angles that you have to find stuff with that you never knew you should look there. I even have a lot of intuitive people, healers, come to me because sometimes they can't even find those weird little angles in themselves. That's why I did so many tools. I get so many emails from parents saying my 3-year-old uses these tools I teach them to do, and the little 3-year-old cleared herself in 2 seconds. I get so many stories from people. I even had people manifest $7,000 ticket to something after just listening to the free things. If there's some part of that resonates with you, that's really honestly your higher self saying, come on, honey, this is your wake-up call. This is your answer that you've been looking for. Here's some tools so you can shift what you're in the middle of. That's how I really believe our higher part of us operates. It just kind of wakes us up and makes people show up where they need the information. If some part of this resonated with you, it's not about, quote, quote, buying a toolkit. This is actually the higher part of you saying, this is truly the answer or the awareness or the knowledge that you need so that you can actually go live your life the way you want it. Because everybody literally wants something to happen in their life. I literally have thousands of testimonials from people sending me emails. I am totally flabbergasted and amazed at how cool it is when people release their blocks, what they actually pull into their life. It's anything from, as funny as it sounds, like one lady manifested $1 million that they were trying to rent out office spaces. They'd been previously blocked on it for like a year and a half. They were losing everything, and used the toolkit and manifested the places rented, which was worth $1 million to their bottom line, and saved the whole family business. So it can be anything from a small result to a really big result just from using these tools. I would just say yes to it. My main thing in life is please don't quit on yourself. The thing is, I look at it like you have nothing to lose if you partake in it. The worst case scenario is you return it. The thing is, the universe is always going to keep showing you your stuff until you get rid of it. I would check inside and see if this is your invitation to once and for all be done with all the weird hidden blocks that you probably aren't going to find on yourself, because had you ever found them, you would have cleared them. You know what I mean? People look at their stuff, but if you haven't cleared it, it's not gone. So today's the day. The invitation is here. Take some action. So that's really what I would do, because I just see a lot of good people who stress and worry over things that could easily be changed if they had the right tools.